Welcome back to another video in my DG Lab Coyote 3 series of videos. In this video I'm going to be talking about the metal bipolar electrode, which is what DG Labs call it. I call it the butt plug. So let me tell you all about it, a little bit of history, some of it not so good, what I like about it and what I don't like about it, so you can make an informed decision on whether you get one or not. So let's get to it. So let's get right into it. What is it? How do you use it? Let's go to close-up cam. What is it? Well, it's a bipolar butt plug. And it has some nice features. It features a very rounded tip, which makes insertion very easy. It has an insulated neck down the middle here, and it has a T-shaped base. Now, one of the advantages of a T-shaped base is it sits between your butt cheeks much more comfortably than a round one. So for extended periods of use, this metal butt plug has a captive lead, as you can see. That makes wiring up very, very simple, very easy. You just plug this end into your DG Lab control box, like so. Fire up, and away you go. One of the downsides of having a captive cable is you can only use it in one mode of operation. You have to use both conductive surfaces on one channel because it goes to a plug that goes into one channel. Other electrodes like the Flange and the Moaner feature sockets in the base. I prefer this style simply because I can choose which electrode surface I use. Do I use both, or do I just use the tip or the base in conjunction with another electrode? So captive lead electrodes are easy to use. They're very, very simple, ideal for beginners, I suppose, but they limit your functionality as to how you actually wire up. Now the plug itself comes in this nice leatherette case, which has a little icon on the side there to show you what's inside, in this case the butt plug. Opening it up, you'll see the toy nestled inside. It's a nice little storage case, I like it. Now the gold coloured finish that you can see here is a material called titanium nitride. Which is not ideal, but it's conductive and it does the job well. And it's better than what was there before. Now, on the 24th of May, DG Lab responded to customers' complaints and concerns over the fact that their electrodes were nickel plated. Now, nickel is not a good material for an E-Stim electrode. It causes sensitivity, some people are allergic to it, and generally it should be avoided. Now, to their credit, DG Lab took that on board and withdrew all their electrodes from the market. Now, we ordered this in February and we were offered a refund for the cost of the electrodes or the opportunity to wait for the new material to come out. We decided to wait, which is why it took so long for us to get hold of these. As I said, titanium nitride, that gives it this really nice gold colour. Let's have a look. So as you can see, it's a really nice finish. Very smooth, very shiny, and yes, like you can see some fingerprints on it. I did clean it before this, but every time you touch it, it just picks up fingerprint grease like nothing else on this planet. It's nice. One of the problems, as I said, with titanium nitride is it's brittle. So if you drop this, you need to check it. You need to check it thoroughly to make sure there's no cracks, there's no separation of the plating from the substrate. Now, I believe it's probably going to be still the zinc coated metal underneath. Don't quote me on that. That's just an assumption. But DG Lab have probably just replated over the top. So you're looking at a very thin layer of titanium nitride, which is a brittle material, so just look after it. If you look after it, you should be absolutely fine. However, like any electrode, drop it, give it a once over. You don't want to put anything sharp. Using my unfeasibly large 1 meter ruler, which we use for cutting lengths of conductive rubber, you can see the insertable length of this plug is roughly 2.5 inches or 65 millimeters. That's not a lot. So let's compare it with some other popular electrodes on the market. This is the Flange from E-Stim Systems. As you can see, insertable length pretty similar because that's going to rest on the outside of your body. The neck is a lot shorter. Now, I prefer a wider neck because you get better stimulation through the tissue. The closer the electrode surfaces are to themselves or to each other, the more intense things are going to be and feel a little bit sharp. This doesn't feel too bad though, given that. So Another option is the Moaner. Now, diameter wise, that is pretty similar to the flange. However, it's nothing like the Moaner. So if you prefer a bigger toy, this might not be for you. That said, this is ideal for beginners. Having the T-shaped base does make it really, really comfortable to use. And I like it. I haven't had any problem with keeping it in, put it like that, and that's a big thing. So the big question on your lips is probably, how much does one of these cost? Well, not as much as you probably think. DG Labs at the moment are marketing them at £32, which at today's exchange rate is roughly £24.50. That is phenomenal for a bipolar plug. Quality wise, it's acceptable. I don't really like the materials, but they are biocompatible, they're body safe, they're just not my preferred solution. The only thing I don't like about it is the captive lead. That's all I can say on that. I prefer something that gives me more options, but for a beginner, or definitely at this price point, it's worth considering. If you're buying the Coyote itself, spend a little bit extra and get the electrode kit. It's great, it gives you options. It is what it is, you know, it's cheap, it's cheerful. Does it do the job? Yes, it does. Can I recommend it? Yeah, I'd give it a recommendation. You might get bored of it pretty quickly. You might want something a little bit bigger. Each to their own. You might want something that allows you to select which contact surface you're going to use, in which case, you know, the E-Stim Systems kit is absolutely phenomenal for that. But as a standalone electrode, it's a winner. I like it. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Do the YouTube thing, you know, click the dingy bell, subscribe, like, and all the rest of it. It does help me out in the algorithm because I am brand new. If you like what I do, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Have you got one? Yeah. How do you find it? Yeah. Have you got one of the old ones? If you have, I'd be very interested to find if DG Lab got in touch with you and offered you a replacement. If they haven't, I suggest you get in touch with them and start asking for a replacement. So that's it for this one. I am Ian. I am the Toothless E-Stim Nerd, and stay safe, play safe. Bye for now.